Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing good today. We are changing the oil on the JK today. The good old Wrangler. So, what you're gonna need for this is hopefully a scoot, whatever they call it. I call it a scoot. We're gonna need, it calls for 5.9 quarts of 5W20. I just put 6 in it. Not really gonna make that big a difference. You need a, it's gonna depend on what year you have. The 14 and laters, you're gonna need MO 349. That's the filter. Comes with an O-ring. And for the 20, I think it's 14. Yeah, for the 14 and later, you need this guy. And then for the 13 and older, it's a MO, I think 744. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's a 700 number. You're gonna need a 24 mil for the oil filter on top, oil filter housing. And then you're gonna need whatever size your drain plug is. Mine is a 5/8 because I've replaced it. Up to you. And then some kind of ratchet that fits your sockets. So that'd be 3/8, quarter, half, whatever you got. First thing we're gonna do is get our socket on the ratchet. And you may need an extension, not 100% sure. But we're gonna crack our oil filter housing. So our oil filter housing, here's the top of the block, is right here. This guy right here. Sorry if that's not great lighting, but we're just gonna put it on here and crack it open. You don't need an extension, this is working great. And just crack it till it starts to spin freely and that O-ring lets loose, just like that. So now, you can turn freely. And what that'll do is let air flow through so you get a good drain on your actual oil. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around here, guys. So next we're gonna come under the Jeep. And this is what we're gonna see. I got my drain pan. You guys are always gonna want one of those. This is our oil pan. Bottom of the engine, transmission back here. Your front diff is right here. And this is our oil drain plug. So just like any other car, we're just gonna put our, and it doesn't need to be super tight, just like that. It came undone, no problem. And you kind of want to set your pan to about where you think your oil is going to drop in at. And we're just going to loosen it. I'm going to set you guys back here. I hope you can see. But I'm going to set you guys right back here. And you can kind of see what I'm doing. Probably would be wise to have a napkin of some sort. But really, as long as you push in whenever you're loosening it, yep, there you go. And make sure you're kind of hitting at the back of the pan, so whenever the oil eventually slows down, it doesn't drip on the front of the pan or on the ground. So I'm gonna clean up and I'll see you guys back in a minute. All right, y'all, so we're still draining. While that's draining, we're gonna take the oil filter off. And I would recommend having something up here that you can put it on because it's gonna leak oil everywhere. So again, it's right here. I'm just gonna, we loosened it earlier. I'm just gonna turn it. And then this is what you get out. It's actually not leaking bad at all. Let me set you guys here to make sure you can see what I'm doing. So we have our oil filter here. Let me get the new one. Here's our new one. I actually could probably get you a little closer. So this is what we do with our oil filter. All you're going to do is just pull it apart. And then on the inside, this is what the inside looks like. that little circle is what the filter clamps into. So you have the circle in there, and then the back of the filter also has a little hole. It just clamps in there. So what you do is you take your new filter, take the bad boy out, and you can probably do it with one hand. Just push it in until it clamps, and you can pick it up and it won't fall. And so there's a new O-ring in here as well, and where the O-ring goes is right around the lip, right there. So I think you guys know how to put an O-ring on. You just take it off. I've only got one hand, so I'm not going to do it on camera, but take the O-ring off, put the new one on, and then you're going to just give a dab of oil around the sides, and then we'll throw it back in. All right, guys, new O-ring is on. It's on that little bottom lip. So what I like to do is just I take the 1 quart of oil we have, since we have a 5 and a 1. I just put my finger in there, get some on my finger, and then I just run it around like this. Make sure we get it lubed up. And then we'll take our filter. There's a hole it goes in. And get it good hand tight. Kind of hard when you just had oil all over your hands. And then all we're gonna do is take our socket again and tighten it. I wouldn't tighten it super tight. But what you want to do is essentially get a good grip on with the O-ring on it. So we got that in, and I'll kind of show you how tight I normally do it. You can hear it starting to almost like slide and grip. And then, so when you start feeling resistance like that, that is more than enough. You won't get any leak. All right, y'all, the grandparents stopped by, so I didn't do any audio, but here's the oil fill port. Just open this guy and you can fill your oil. And you'll do 6 quarts like we talked about, 5.9, whatever you want to do. And then once you get that in, before you do that though, put your drain plug back in. Make sure you do that. Right here is how you check. This is your dipstick. So what we do is we take the dipstick out, and then we wipe it off so we get a fresh new reading. So there's nothing on it right now. And then we stick it back in, push it all the way down. In the hospital we call hub it. So by hubbing it I mean pushing it all the way down. And then we pick it back up, take it out. And we put 6 quarts in it, so we're gonna have, it's gonna be full, but it's full. And that's it. You done with your oil?